Warning. The following program is a recap of the HBCU sports world. It is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their schools, or all black people. There may be some cuss words and some cultural words. If that bothers you, move along. If you're young, please seek permission before watching any further. If you at work, make sure you got your earbuds in. Don't blame us if you get fired. Thank you. The Outspoken Show.
And P.S. Don't be so damn sensitive.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jack, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a Carrie shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids. D-Face. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring son up, baby.
Hey yo, Scottay, we back.
Yo,
Appreciate you for reaching
you a
out.
star.
I'm like, hey, it's Outspoken. A lot changed. Granted, the concept we still hosting. Giving you the fix you need when on the screen. The veteran, Captain Petty, giving you medicine. Come tap in. You know Scott gon' do what he do. Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this Outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they laying people off. So glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal. Could rhyme here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some cold Scott, the best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know, but if you don't, then you lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Breaking down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say it's outspoken.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty back with another man. Hope all you Bamas are doing out there. Man, May 1st is here. Happy Thursday to all you jokers out there in YouTube world. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. And anyway, it's another one. We back. Another SWAC Rumble. Can't do it without my brother from another. Give it up for my boy, Perry White.
Oh, goddamn. What's up, Scotty?
What's good, Pete?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You know what? It's funny you brought that up like that because I'm usually very chipper in the morning. My wife she gives me that very dry, why are you talking to me? Why are you even looking my direction? Kind of vibes, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a very chipper morning. I'm a morning person. Even though I don't like waking up in the morning, like once I'm up. And I'm like on, I won't say I'm on 10, but I'm like 8.5, 9. I'm pretty static, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm going in the morning. I'm up. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Listen, we are back with another SWAC Rumble. Now listen, we got some. Hey, listen, the last one Perry had the comments. The comments were going crazy. I had some people DM me. They were, dog. First of all, can I make a disclaimer? Y'all Bamas need to either read or listen. I said, we're not talking about anybody past 1999. People like, oh, it ain't even a conversation if McNair and I said, see, there you go. See, there you go. Nobody's talking about those guys.
Well, we talking little not up to the 90s, nothing past the 90s though. Yeah, the thing about it is, once again, I guess they didn't hear it. It's all about finding clips because what we're doing, we're not just throwing names out, but we actually reviewing the videos of, highlights or whatever we can find. But this is not, if I can't find multiple videos of games, I'm sure there are names out there. I get it. Find the videos, find the games, send them to me. If you find the games, they in good, at least somewhat good condition, send them to me. I'll chop them up and make a highlight. But other than that, there's going to be some guys who probably people will want to see. Just as we know, unfortunately, a lot of these games just not uploaded. If Alex Hymes don't have it, I can't show up at your house digging through the boxes of VHSs and DVDs trying to put together something.
Listen, the SWAC needs to pay Alex. I don't know. Does he have MEAC games up too? Because I only use
DIAA,
He need to be on payroll. They need to have that Bama on some pay. They need to have that Bama on payroll because I don't know how he found it. I don't know how he does what he does, but they need to have that Bama on payroll. Now, again, I don't know none of these ninjas on this list. Perry be sending me over these names. It's like when you be like, oh, that's your cousin, right? That's my cousin. That's your cousin, right? That's my cousin too. That's on your auntie's side. You're like, I don't know him. That's how I feel when you be sending me these names. I be like, I don't know them. I ain't never heard of him.
Blast from the past, man. See, that's the problem. We don't even, how many folks don't even know these guys, and we putting these guys in the conversation of our greats. And so, isn't that an issue? Is that a problem?
Well, I mean,
not for you, but I'm saying,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But saying ain't problem. Hey, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem for me. But I get what you're saying, though.
How do we have guys that had great careers at whatever college that they represented during the times that they were there, and we just let their names and the success that they had fade off into the past, where it's just what we like to do. We tell our oral history. A lot of times, you only oral history. Come on.
Hey, yo!
No, you pushing it. You pushing it. That one right there don't fall in the line of pause.
Go ahead.
But the idea is, man, how many other guys just slip through the cracks that you never get a chance to know about, that we don't do enough to tell the stories and highlight those stories and market those stories of these guys. I mean, That's one of the reasons why you see why guys like to choose the schools that they go to, because they want a lasting legacy. They want their name to live on, and it's no way that we should allow a lot of these names to fall backseat to have a new generation of people that never even knew these guys existed. To me, that's a travesty.
I think the tough. Okay. This is. Can we have a? You got some time today? Because I got time today. You got time today?
I got time today.
Okay. Let's have, before we get into. Can we say, or can I go down the path of saying that it kind of reminds me of, and I hate to say this, I hate to do it. It's kind of like where my uncles and my aunts used to be like, the only reason it's called the hood is because we don't take care of what is ours, right? Like there's like, if you, don't get me wrong, we understand, because the first thing people are gonna go to is, well, they moving money out from that. I get all that, but there still has to be a pride of your property. You know what I'm saying? Like there still has to be a sense of, like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? When we stayed in Atlanta, we had a nice house. We rented in McDonough, and somebody's trash had knocked over and came into our backyard, like, from birds and the wind and everything like that. And I told my son, I said, hey, in the morning we're gonna get up and get the trash. Dad, I ain't even. I said, it's not about that. It's about what do we want our yard to look like? Doesn't matter who did it. Is that we don't want our yard to look like that, right? And to me, I think there's no self-preservation. There's no self-gratification, because or self-cleaning or something to where you have a pride of what you do, right? And this is why I say that, because the only and people are gonna get mad because they're like, oh, Scotty, you always like to bulk us all together, but 90% of you guys don't really give the credence to the players if they didn't go to the NFL. That's facts. As most of these programs do not care about their legends that did not go to the league or did not have some success, because those are the ones they keep constantly bringing up. But it should not be because the health inspector is coming to, to your job, that's the reason why you clean up. You're just a clean person, right? So it shouldn't be that your guys have to go to the NFL to get recognition. It should just simply be, these are our legends. These are our players. These are our boys, or these are our young men, however you want to call it, that came in and represented, especially in the day and age now, to where everybody's trying to make the jump to Power 4 because of the money. To me, more than ever, should you be respecting of kids that decide to play 3 or 4 years and have a high level of production. Because I'll give you a perfect example. The Kendall Bowlers of the world, he didn't have to stay at FAMU. You know what I'm saying? The Earl Mulligan, you know what I'm saying? The Bubbas, right, at Alabama State. He didn't have to stay. He could have went to a FCS Power. He could have went to North Dakota State. He could have went to South Dakota State. His production on the field, he could have went to a top level FCS program and try to make a run, or gotten a little NIL money or something like that, right? The Kill Glasses, maybe he could have went somewhere else or something like that. But like, it's like the OJs, not this group, but OJ Hilaire from Alabama A&M, who made the jump to Bowling Green. It's the Keyshawn Johnsons who made the jump to Western Kentucky. Like,
it's the Shedeur Sanders who made the jump to Colorado.
It's the Shedeur Sanders who made the jump to Colorado. To me, in this day and age, if you have a Bishop Bonnet, if you have a Kendall Bowler, if you have guys who spend 3 or 4 or 5 years in your program giving you everything they have, and they were high level players, oh man, you gotta show credence to that, because they didn't have to. They do not have to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Like family reunions. You go to a family reunion to what? To learn your past, your history, to see the family tree, to learn who your great grandmother and great grandfather was, to learn the uncles and the aunties and the cousins, to meet and get to understand why we all in this together, and then learn how to bring it together for the next generation to carry it on. That's simply what it is. Is when you go to the family reunion, everybody get the shirt where you see the branches. And you see where the tree started.
Yeah.
And you were able to put it together. The names change over here, the names change over there. But at the end of the day, guess what? We all a part of the same tree, no matter what branch you on. It's the same thing with this. We have to tell the stories and give that history to carry it on for the next generation, though. It's like with the names that we have today. Today is Alabama A&M's Founders Day, if I believe.
Yeah.
There's no way a student at Alabama A&M today should not know him.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, I would hope they know who Quill Glass is, or even Kelcy Luke, who won a SWAC championship. You know, we put this emphasis on football. We want this emphasis of getting these guys, and we say, man, why these guys don't choose us? You know, we want them to come to our schools. Then they come, excuse me, pause. When they show up at our schools and they do their thing, it's like once they done.
That's it. But see that's my point though, P. Like today it is it's a mercenary game. Whoever's the higher bidder, whoever's not, because let's keep it a buck, right? HBCUs are stepping stones at this point. Unless you have a family connection, you love the environment, you love what they've given to you, or you love the opportunity, and you just want to give back, or you're like, man, I wouldn't be anything without my HBCU, then you stay. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If my son come out of high school and the only offers he has is HBCU, we're gonna take that offer and we're gonna segue it to a Power 4 or a G5, or we'll take the JUCO route and then we'll go P4 or P5. It is what it is. That's just the name of the game now.
And it's even more so when you do choose that school, you want to know the history of the greats of that school. When you go to those big schools, so I'm right down the street from LSU. I've been all throughout the facilities, and I've been on recruiting trips at LSU. First thing they do when they bring you in on a recruiting trip, they first gonna show you every trophy, from the Heisman Trophy to bowl games to national championships. And guess what? You get to take a picture of these trophies. And these trophies go back for how many ever years.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna sit you in a room and you're gonna sit down like you in an IMAX theater, and you're gonna watch a video that's gonna tell you why Death Valley is the place to be on a Saturday night.
And I bet that video is fire. I bet that video is amazing.
It starts off Saturday night in Baton Rouge on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. And then you see this overhead shot of Death Valley rocking, seeing the fans. And then guess what? They take you through a history of their greats. They're going to show you everybody from Billy Cannon, which, hell, he won the Heisman so damn long ago, but they won't let you forget that. Seriously. And they're going to show you all of their greats throughout that video to let you know it don't start with you. You just a part of a legacy, a rich legacy that has already been here. Yeah. But we're going to remind you and let you know it don't start with you as we fill you in on how rich our legacy is. That's the part that I just feel we fall to the wayside. We talk a good game, but we don't really do the work to show how rich our legacy is. That's the part we have to do a better job at archiving that history. And stop allowing that history to just disappear when somebody dies and they take that with them. They take the stories and the memories and the history with them. And then who is it to tell the next story? Who is it to let you know how great this person was in the 60s and the 70s? Like in Southern, we all know, if you at Southern, about A.W. Mumford, right? The stadium is named after him. But for those who dig a little deeper, you get to truly know about A.W. Mumford. For a lot of the students who may show up today, they just see the stadium named A.W. Mumford, but they may not necessarily know the depths of A.W. Mumford. Mm-hmm. But one thing we don't let you forget about is Pete Richardson. That same energy has to lie on all of your history.
Everybody.
You know, the same way with Grambling and Eddie Robinson. There's no way you go to Grambling and ask the question, who is Eddie Robinson? But then it's the people who under Eddie Robinson, the players, the impact of the lives that he was able to affect. Those are the stories that you have to tell, because once again, that's the rich history, that's the tradition, and that's how you continue to market your brand with the value that it is. Because we talk about in the past how all these guys, before they was going to the PWIs,
they were going to HBCUs.
The SWAC and those conferences were the Power 5 conferences. That's where all the best talent came. That's where all the best talent was. Why don't we talk about that best talent? Why don't we as a collective, as a conference, And that's where the part from the conference head office has to be in, because the conference head office is basically like the family reunion. It's the tree.
Yeah.
Everybody else are the branches. You know, you got the Johnsons, that's the Johnson side of the family. Then, you know, you got the Williams, but at the end of the day, they all part of the same tree. You have to tell the stories on how the Johnsons and the Williams became what they were, so you know the history and bring it together. So then we tell the story on how we are family, and then tell the story on what makes this family who we are today, to come together and talk about these stories. What was it, the Tyler Perry movie? When they had the family reunion, the grandmother and the old heads came and stood on the porch. The young folks, man, looked at it like it's crazy, but guess what? It caught everybody's attention because it was a story to be told that they had no clue of. And it's a lot of people today that have no clue of their history. And let's just go back 20 years. Don't have a clue. So how you want somebody to know something from the 90s and the 80s and you don't tell them about it?
Yeah.
You don't make it a big deal. You have to make this a big deal for yourself, for then others to take you serious. If you don't make it a big deal, why they gonna care? They gonna look past it like, so you don't care, why should I care?
Why should I?
That's the issue that I have. We gotta come together from the SWAC itself, the conference. Since we talk about the attendance, the rich history, we been doing this for so many years when you listen to the commercial. But then what is it about telling our stories? It goes more than just streaming a game. The content comes back to going to these schools and talking to these people, talking to the greats that are still alive, talking to those who are alive today that can tell you the stories of the past, and then pushing that content. And then the schools using that content to push it. Then we're working under that same tree with the different branches as the family reunion for those who may not know about our family to then get to know it. Take Shador. What he made the statement, he had to retract the statement, but I don't think, in his mind, what was Jackson's statement before I got there?
The losers. That
was
fact.
in his mind.
That was facts. That's a fact. It's not like he came into, because if anybody remembers when Coach Prime did the Coach Prime series the first season, he didn't know that Robert Brazile went to Jackson State. He said he didn't know Walter Payton went to he didn't know where Jackson State was. So, he said that in the first Coach Prime season. He didn't know that Walter Payton went to Jackson State. He didn't know Robert Brazile went to Jackson State. He didn't know where Jackson State was. So again, how can his son have any expectation of history of what they were, the legacy of Jackson State, if their own father didn't know? Right?
No way you come to Jackson State and don't know who W.C. Gordon is. And the Jackson State legacy of the 80s. It's no way you don't come to Jackson State, you don't know who Rick Comegee is. The legacy that he had. It's just, and that's within the past 20 years of Rick Comegee.
Yeah.
W.C. Gordon, we talking 30, 40 years ago, but still, that's the history. I don't give a damn if it's 140 years ago.
It's the history.
It's the history. That's the value. That's the core to it. You watch those games and then they'll say, hey, this is the 139th meeting between these two schools. They first met in 1896.
And it's funny you say that, because when they do that for like the Tennessee versus Ole Miss and the Egg Bowl, but there's so much reverence around that.
Army Navy game, they gonna take it all the way back.
That is tradition beyond tradition. Like,
you're gonna see the leather helmets. They gonna show you the pit. They gonna tell you about this guy. They won a national championship this year. That's the type of stories that has to be told, that we don't, for some reason, like to tell those stories. It's like we look past them and we only worry about the now. Well, how can we worry about the now and then we wonder why everybody don't put value to us, and why we cry wolf to everything about, hey, y'all, we don't support this, or the outside world think less of HBCUs. Well, it's HBCUs. Let's create our value and show our value. That's what you have to do. You have to create your own value, then show you care about your value. If you overlook it, they'll overlook it too. Because if you don't care, why should I?
Why should I? I mean, it's no different if you don't care that your house is dirty, just don't invite me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it is. If you want to live in filth, that's your prerogative, right? Don't invite me. But this is the thing, though, right? Thank you, God. This is the thing with the SWAC and the HBCU conferences. They want to invite people in and then complain when people are making, hey, listen, whoa, why your windows dirty? Why you don't vacuum your floors? You know, I just invited you over here for a meal, but damn, like the dishes ain't even washed. You know what I'm saying?
And we think because we black, all black people should know.
Come on. So that's my issue with it, right? It's like you gotta, if you're going to invite somebody in, give them a look. You know, oh shoot, I didn't know y'all had it like that. I mean, from the outside it was nice, but coming, oh, this is nice. This all you? Oh, that's nice. I didn't even know, right? Because that's how I felt when I came into the space, right? When I walked into the space, I'm like, oh, this is dope. Like, this is different. Like, I've been to white games, I've been to PWIs, but this is a different vibe. And it's nothing to me. I would take a 40,000 seat all black stadium field than I would being in a 100,000 seat stadium and it's all white people. That because the vibe is not the same. It's not. Now, I will say this. The music and the vibe is better at the black game, but the yelling and the intentionality is better at the white game. So that's the only counterbalance. But I would still, like, even with no yelling, even with no chants and all that stuff, no real ruckus crowd or whatever, I would still take 40,000 people of my own people getting up, jamming, rocking out to Frankly Beverly and Mays or King George or whatever that vibe is. Everybody singing Can We Talk in a stadium is nothing like it. It's just nothing like it, right? Because you can't do that. Swag surfing on beat. Like, you can't find that everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Just a simple clap on beat, boy. I go to them white games, boy. It just sound like a round of applause. They be so on. Can't nobody stay on the beat.
You like, who we on? What downbeat, upbeat? What we on? You know,
it just clap.
It's nothing. It's really, really nothing like it. But again, and this is what I love about you and Zoe and BJ and Mo and the people that I talk, Mr. Campbell, is that it's always that for y'all. Like, yes, there's some nigga shit, and everybody, we get that. It's you'll get some nigga shit, right? But at the end of the day, when I hear you guys talk about it, it's the reverence of those moments, the moments that you were at a packed SWAC championship against Alcorn and Southern, and it was just crazy ruckus on the crowd, like, or Mr. Campbell talking about a Jackson State game that was literally 60,000. Like, it wasn't Mike just saying it. It was actually 60,000. Or it's Mr. Campbell talking about FAMU and that home field advantage. Or it's BJ bringing up Alabama State and A&M in the Mac City Classic was really 60,000 people in the stands focused on the game, right? It's those moments that you always remember. And for me, I will never forget the first time I was at the Vet standing with you in the middle of the U, and the bands are just like, wham. I mean, it was just crazy. Like, that was an experience. Like, those are experiences that, you know, I will always take with me. And you just be like, man, if we can get more of that, I don't give a damn what players come here. It's the environment that they're in is going to make it dope. And that's why I'm always going to be on the bandwagon of the SWAC and the HBCUs need to have their own rules. Is where there is no silencing of the bands. There is no silencing of music. It is a straight your ruckus, because you can't tell 100,000 white people to be quiet. You can't do that. That's the ban for black people. That's
LSU got on record so loud they caused the earthquake.
Dog, you can't tell the fans to calm down. You can't do that. So to me, their noise is them. Our noise is the band. What is the difference? The commentators still got to talk over the crowd. What's the difference? And to me, if you get the bands more involved, then you're going to get the people more involved. And that's just a better football game, in my opinion. And it makes it harder to hear, which affects the football game.
Because our fans are there not specifically just for football. I always tell you, just a handful honestly likes the football. You'll find out, go in the stands and ask them who the offensive coordinator, who the defensive coordinator, Who's the starting linebackers? They won't have a damn clue. They just ready for a first down, a touchdown, and then for the band to crank up.
Yeah.
They're here for the essence of the atmosphere. That's what attracts people. It's the very thing that you talk about. The talent level, we know. You're not watching premier football.
Yeah.
You watching a regular football game that you showed up because the environment. And that's simply what it is. And we create that environment that draws people in. But we have to show that for the world to understand that environment. You won't know until, like you say, you show up. I can talk about this all day and tell you what it's like until you show up and see it. Or how about I put it in a video format and I push it to let people know our brand, what we do, nobody else can match it.
Yeah.
It is unique. It is what makes us the lead in attendance in FCS for 40 years. I just can't say that. I have to show that because somebody in North Dakota State will be like, man, ain't nobody. They're going to judge you off your football.
Yeah.
They don't know about the experience of going to the game and seeing how we do it compared to them.
Yeah.
Somebody at LSU, I just use them. They may not know. But if you put that in a video, because isn't that what the big schools do?
That's what the big schools do.
They're going to show you what it's like in Neyland Stadium at the University of Tennessee on a Saturday night. With the orange and white all around and how loud it gets and to see the team. What makes Clemson what it is when Dabo and the team come down that hill? They make sure they record that so you can see that. That's the essence of who we are. And then see the pom-poms and the fans, Auburn and Jordan Hare. And you see the Eagles swoop down, flying down from the top to the bottom in the stadium. Mm-hmm. The Longhorns make sure at Texas, they're going to show you running out the damn Longhorn on the field.
Yeah.
The Seminoles at Florida State going to show you the guy. It's electric. I can't tell you. I have to show you.
Yeah.
We can't keep telling. We have to show it. And we have to show that with value to say, this is who we are.
Yeah.
If you do more of that, maybe that'll attract, like even Shador. And I think Travis Hunter told the story once they got, man, look, it was different when we was at Jackson State. Colorado was all fun and whatever because clear day with the money. But man, ain't nothing like that experience at that HBCU.
Yeah, I talked to Bolden, Isaiah Bolden. Shout out to you, Zay. And he says, man, one game he will never forget is when the first year when they went to Southern and they did that comeback. You know, Dion riding around in the wheelchair. You know, come here, son. Doing all that. He said it was probably one of the most high hostile games he had been to in a long time. He's like, Scotty, just the walk up to the stadium was tough. He said it was tough, because you're hearing it. He said, people coming at Dion's for, oh man, he said that game was like that, right? So to me, but again, for Southern, listen, it's a lot of things about Dooley I didn't like. I ain't gonna lie to you. But when Dooley would be, when they used to, hey, that's like cold. I don't care no way. That I used to love that. And then you hear the band, you know what I'm saying? Like
I still use that intro from the Jaguar Journal.
That thing is so fire, bro. And the fireworks and y'all got probably one of the best entrances then probably in the SWAC, hands down. Fireworks and all galore going crazy. But it's more of that. You need something like your school, like I think FAMU took away its cannons. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like boom, like that was their thing. Like boom, they would shoot off cannons when they scored touchdowns or whatever. But
you got to know what a Saturday night is like around the SWAC.
Yeah.
Different scenes from different games of the entrances, the fans. You got to feel the energy of a Saturday night around the SWAC. You got to feel the energy of what it's like for the classics that we have with 60, 70, 50, 40,000 people there. We got, and that's one thing I don't think the classics do enough of.
Oh, no, they definitely don't. Because I didn't know what the State Fair Classic was, and I lived in Dallas for like 5-6 years. I just thought it was, just another day, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know it was a game. I didn't know it was an HBCU game. I probably would have went to one, at least one.
Man, if I was one of those classic, social media be booming nonstop from player interviews. What was your experiences like here? Talking to the
recap of the old games, you know what I'm saying?
Recap of the old games, the fan interaction, tailgate, like You have, and that's the content that's what you pump out all year.
Yeah.
You got that 1 weekend to capture it, because then a lot of these classic games, they have events leading up to it, golf tournaments, meet and greets, whatever the case. You got to culminate and put that all into a package. That means you got to invest in it.
Yeah.
And then you got to tell that story all year, because then that creates the excitement for the next year instead of just announcing it. Well, a lot of these, we know who the team's going to be. But that's what you got to do. You got to sell it over and over and over to make me see it.
Yeah.
I could have just moved to Dallas and don't have a clue.
Yeah. I think so. If I was, I know, guys, I know we're going to get to the SWAC Rumble. I promise you, we're going to get there. This is how I would package it. If it was me, if I'm talking about Alcorn, you got to talk about Alcorn's breakfasts, like Alcorn's more, like, because you got to be at the game so damn early, right? Like you gotta get the whole experience of an Alcorn event, right? Is where you got people making breakfast, you got people sleeping in their cars because it's so early, right? You gotta make it a whole thing, because
like it's a damn Black Friday.
Oh.
And don't even like Black Friday. We just gonna camp out and we just wait on them to open the doors.
You know what I'm saying? But instead of it being people in like cars a mile back just in line, right? You got to get that experience. With Jackson, you got to get the tailgating in 35 to 40,000 people, and how that works out.
Okay. Yeah. How many?
About 30, 45.
Okay,
yeah.
We just want to make sure.
Yeah, it ain't 60, but it's about, you know, what is it? It's like they 20, no, they 10s, but I keep them clean though. You know what I'm saying? They ain't 20s, but they 10s, but I keep them clean though, right? So you got to get that experience of tailgating. And Southern, you got to get Southern's tailgating. You got to get Southern's definitely on the field, like the entrance and just the scene of the. You got to get the overshot of the parking lot. That jank is crazy when that thing get full up with RVs. And
you almost said something, didn't you? What you was finna say?
That's just crazy. That's just pandemonium. When you gotta get an overshot of coming over that hill over that, and gotta get that shot right. So it's and FAMU, you gotta get the stadium, like the fans, right? Because it's the fans over here, it's the student section over here, it's the orange and green here, it's the orange and green there, and then just a slither. Well, I mean, just a slither of the away team, right? So
in the street, that's where all the vendors and stuff.
I think it was Perry Street. I think it's Perry Street.
Oh, they named it after me? Well, thank you, Tallahassee.
I think that is Perry Street, right? So you gotta get all that. And honestly, I think what Tremaine Jackson is doing, hopefully he can turn that thing around and get some more, more outside of homecoming. But listen, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm going off topic real quick, but Tremaine Jackson at Southern would have been his aura of who he is and how he conducts himself over social media. Shit, that
you know who we playing for homecoming?
PV.
We playing Prairie View.
No, y'all need to switch coaches. Terrence needs to go to PV and live in. Yeah, it's called Perry Street. Okay, I thought Terrence Graves needs to go in PV and live in purgatory, right? Because that's this. Because he's trying to bring a purgatory program to life. That's what he's trying to do. You need a Tremaine Jackson at a FAM, at a Jackson, at a Alabama State, at a A&M, at a. You need him in the big brands. The reason you need him in the big brands because he's a big persona. He's those old school coaches that will give you the energy you're looking for. Like he went back and forth with a coach on Sacramento State because he was like, "Oh, I'm coming to Texas." He said, "You got to." It's pretty much saying he got to check in when he comes to Texas. Yeah, like for real. He was like, "I'm good." He's like, "I'm good in Texas." The coach was like, "I'm good in Texas." He said, "But your school ain't." Like that's the type of dog. I'm telling you, that's the energy he be bringing on Twitter. And PV fans, they so irrelevant. They don't know how to really gas that up. But you take that shit at one of the big boys, the blue bloods, shit, it would have went viral. It would have went viral, right? So you're talking, he's doing that to the Marion dudes from Sacramento State dudes, right? So it's again like you need more Tremaine. If you got 6 Tremaine Jacksons in the SWAC, that's WWE worthy, baby. That's That's skits. That is like, I don't like them niggas over there. They don't gotta like us. Like, that Bama can't coach. Like, you need that. That's the type of electricity you need in the HBCU. But again, I don't, in this white coaching profession, coaching profession is real. It'll make it seem gimmicky, but you still gotta win. You still gotta do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I know black coaches be like, well, I don't want to mess up my opportunity to go Power 4 and whatever. But I'm just,
it's the same stuff that they say to us when we come on here. They want us to be one way, and it's like, hey, can we be our way? But we just need to do that. That's my whole thing about packaging the value that we have and showcasing that value. Everybody should have a video out there of homecoming. Every school should have a video of their week of homecoming leading all the way to the game. There's no way you should be asking, what does a homecoming look like at a school?
Yeah.
I should see it. I should be able to go on the internet at any given time and see what homecoming look like. The same thing with any classic. I shouldn't have to just watch the stream of the game. There should be behind the scenes in this new age of digital media where everybody damn near has a media team. And you know why media teams have taken off? Look at the bands, right? Bands have media teams. You know why? They realize there's a value that people want to watch when it comes to the bands. It's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had media teams 20 years ago. It was just random people with a camera that was in the stadium, snuck it in, and was trying to record.
Bootleggers. Bootleggers.
You see a nigga record the band, and then there'll be some ass walk by, and you'll just see him follow the ass, and then he'll get back to the band. I've watched videos. I've seen those old videos like that. You see the band, then it's just a random ass walking. He just see the ass. He follow the ass a little bit. I watched it. It was like, all right, damn. Okay, it was some ass in that game, boy. Look, but there's a value in it. And then you see the value in the views.
Yeah.
Human Jukebox Media that I'm on, we talking over 30 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
If that ain't a value, then what is?
What is?
Millions of views, man. So that's my idea of the same way we need to tell our stories about our players, which is what we're doing with this series right here. It's to give you a blast in the past because it's a lot of these guys you never even heard of, but these guys you ain't even heard of, you probably went to the damn school and didn't even know these guys played at your school.
Facts.
Because nobody talks about them. The school don't even bring them up when football season come around to make you remember. So that's my deal. You got to do your homework. You got to do your job. These athletic departments and these schools and the promoters of these classics, in my opinion, as well as the conference, have to do a better job. Folks cussing on, yeah.
Man, and I do, and I was going to do a show about this, but I really got to give a big shout out to A&M's media department. I don't know what Southern got Emmy nominated for. I don't know about that one, but A&M's, that whole rivalry week, and they was coming up with a skit every week. That was just, it was tremendous. I was waiting for those. It was so good. It was shot so well. I mean, the thing was shot in like 8K. It was so nice. It was
you haven't seen the Southern one yet, have you?
No, what's the Southern one? I haven't seen that one.
So I'm in it, actually. They actually doing a private screening tonight in Baton Rouge. They've been doing private screenings, but basically what it is, it tells the story of the culture of bands in HBCU sports, that we come for the football game, but there's another battle that happens in the game that people, if you don't know about it, let me tell you about it. And it's a story of basically describing how did bands get to this point and what's a black college football game without the band. And also hearing from coaches and players saying how much the band plays a part into the game for them, getting hyped up, hearing your songs. It ain't just them playing a damn March Grandioso or some shit that you hear at the white school. Yeah. It's like, you hear the band playing Kevin Gates, like, damn. And then you see the players bobbing their head. It just tells the story on how the two work hand in hand, but how important a band is to our culture, like we just talked about. And one of my parts was, I say it on here all the time, at a black college football game, when you get to wherever the home team is, when you go to the stadium, everybody always asks the visiting team, are you bringing your band? That's all everybody want to know.
Yeah, is the band coming?
Is the band coming?
Is the band
Guess how much they don't give a damn about nothing else. I know y'all football team. Y'all band coming? You laughing because you know it's so true.
It's so true.
And everybody in the chat know it's true. I mean, that is the essence of our culture. So that's what that film tells, man. When you see it, bro, it's really off the chain. They just been doing private screenings. It's called The Hidden Sport. It is a hidden sport. And then it talks about, you know, the time and the effort, and do we really invest back into our bands because of the value that they create for us?
I would say
the Magic City Classic does not get 50,000 people if you don't have Alabama A&M and Alabama State's band there.
No, you don't. You don't.
Florida Classic
because they leave. Because about 30,000 of them leave after halftime. I'm just telling you what I see with my own two eyes.
The Bayou Classic, the State Fair Classic. If those bands don't show up and it's just the football teams, you don't get that same value that you would think. And that's just it's the reality of the world, of our era, of our little bubble that we in. That's the reality. Band and football work hand in hand, and that's what the story tells about how they both work together to generate fans to come into the stands and create an atmosphere that people will never forget. Where can I find? They haven't publicly released it yet. They've been doing private screenings. There's a private screening tonight that I'm actually going to. But I'm not sure when they actually gonna publish it. I'm getting the students actually this weekend on my show on the Jaguar Journal. I'm bringing the students in that created it on the show and interviewing them.
That's dope. Hey, shout out to Southern for letting their students do that and put them in a position as well as Alabama A&M.
I wouldn't say shout out to Southern for, you know, I wouldn't.
Shout out to the students who took the initiative to do it and really put their best work behind it and be Emmy nominated. That's amazing feat.
Because they go back to them schools. I'm telling you, these schools don't be pushing for these students to create shit like this. You got to have creative minds on your campus to step up and do stuff like this. And that's kind of what happened in this situation. Then when they see it, then all of a sudden everybody
want to get behind it and they when they Emmy nominated and all that type of stuff. Yeah. You know, listen, you know how black people are. They got to see the success first before they want to get behind it. That's just what it is.
Everybody, oh yeah, shit, yeah.
We knew they had it in them.
Oh yeah, Emmy. Oh yeah. Let's see how long they use this in marketing the mass comm department in the school moving forward.
We'll see.
Let's see how much money gets pumped into the program now that, I mean, if a program as a mass comm department wins an Emmy, and this was a collaboration of Human Jukebox Media and the Mass Communication Department, along with athletics, which these students that created this at Southern all work within those different realms. Let's see, will they pump money into those programs now that you've won an award to see how can you elevate this? So then as you go out and recruit students to come to your mass comm department, hey, we won an Emmy. Then when you get here, you don't see shit about an Emmy. It's like, damn, what is this?
Where'd the Emmy go? Does everybody a part of the project gets an Emmy, right? Like I think that's how it works. Like when you get
I guess I got an Emmy then.
No. Like you got to be a part of the production.
Well, I'm part of an Emmy award-winning film.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm in the
You're in it, but production, like whoever like the product, like the credits of it. So whoever's in the part of the credits, they all get Emmys, if I'm not mistaken, how that works. But see what it goes. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. I know y'all we're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. And you know what time it is.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Now listen, before Perry get on here and try to critique I'm gonna give you the lay of the land of why the stuff looks the way it does. Okay. Now
I wasn't gonna do you like that in front of the friends and family, man. I wasn't gonna
because I know that's what they thinking when they see these pictures. Listen,
they don't even know who these dudes is, man.
Listen, your institutions do a trash job of archiving pictures and photos, right? So all the pictures, the Donald Carries, the Tom, I had to chat GPT these jokers, and that's why they look the way they do. Now, if Thomas Ricks don't look like that, find me a Thomas Ricks picture on Google that's clear. You can't. Donald Carey's picture, the Bama got a 37-year-old picture. He like 40, 42, probably got like 10 kids. That ain't the Donald Carey throwing the football around. All right. Now, Kelcy Luke's was pretty nice, but it was a little grainy, so I ain't roll with it. The best one I had was Randy Hymes, and clearly because he played for a white institution, which is the NFL.
Yeah, you had to go all the way to and then go back to what we talking about. Just we're talking about videos, and they can't even do a proper job at pictures.
Dog, can't even find a picture of these Bamas. So I just want to be very clear.
And these are legends at their school.
Yeah, and these are legends at again. These are supposed to be legends. I gotta chat GPT these jokers from grainy ass pictures, 1, maybe 2, or take screenshots of the game, which was shot in 540 HD.
And that's the other part I keep talking about. When I go through and make these bro, some of these, the quality is just like,
it's trash, man. It's absolutely trash. You got a whole mass comm and can't even find a picture of every. Now, outside of the roster photos of your team, you can't find no action shots of half of the team, and that's currently. Let's be very. That ain't future. That ain't no future stuff or what. That's no past stuff. If I went right now and typed in a current player at Alcorn, I promise you, the only photo I would get is the headshot that he took for his roster picture. That's it. Anyway, trash. But we'll continue. Now, first up, Randy Hymes. What you got, P?
Man, listen, this dude, I gave you that same spiel about Bruce Eugene, but he was the quarterback before Bruce Eugene. He was kind of the quarterback in that resurgence of Grambling once Eddie Robinson stepped aside and Doug Williams came and took over the program. Randy Hymes was that dude. He was wide receiver and a quarterback. You know, he waited his time, and when his time was called to play quarterback, he showed out. And I mean, you see what he has in terms of passing yards, over 4,000 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, and won back-to-back SWAC football championships. This dude right here was that dude. He could play anything, and he was a good basketball player as well. He was that dude, man. Randy Hymes was another one of those names week in and week out growing up that I heard that for me was a legend. And, you know, growing up in that time when he played, you saw this dude on television all the time. So Randy Hymes is a legend to me, man, and I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy to see who he really is. If this is the first time you heard of, I hope it ain't the last time you say his name.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was looking, I said, damn. I text Perry. I thought we was doing quarterbacks. I said, why? I said, what? I said, everything I see about this dude is a wide receiver. I'm like, are we switching up position groups? And I ain't know. I'm like, and then that's when Perry hit me with the whole history lesson. So I said, oh, okay. I said,
yeah, you'll see this dude, man. Pure athlete, bro. Just pure athlete. One of the better pure athletes, just not a quarterback, but could have went out there and probably played a lot of different positions. And you will see from this video right here.
I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
So Randy Hymes has had to mature, not only as a quarterback, like all young quarterbacks must, but playing the most pressurized position in black college football, and that's being a quarterback underneath a Doug Williams coach team.
He's a senior from Hitchcock, Texas, which is down in the Houston area, south of Houston, and actually around Galveston. Quick drop by Hayes. This one complete to the 30-yard line.
Hold on, stop it right quick, Scotty.
Makes the grab for 15.
So just to be clear, number 17, in the beginning of this video, as you're going to see, he's playing wide receiver. So I just want to get y'all understand. He's playing wide receiver in the beginning, then it'll switch over to him playing quarterback.
Got you. Okay, got you.
yards and a Grambling first down. I think they did get a football that someone could catch. Sean Overton makes the tackle.
And Randy Hymes is one of those guys like Walter Williams. He started the season at one position. Now he's been moved outside. He was a quarterback. This guy lined up at quarterback. Thought he was going to be next in line, but they said, you've got great hands. You run well. This is the position that you need to be playing. And
catches in the season and wide receiver touchdown. Here's a middle screen, wide receiver screen set up. Hymes for the touchdown. Lays it up with some touch and the catch made. Touchdown. Hymes again, his second grab of the day. So Hymes, who is 17-1 as a starter.
Now he's playing quarterback.
Wide receiver back in at quarterback now. Go well early on. He's big, 6'4", 200 pounds, and he's got a gun, and he guns us, but complete to Highshaw again. Here comes the pressure again. Hymes will roll the pocket. Has room to run. To the quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Grambling. Haven't thrown to him all day, and they won't throw it here. Hymes rolls out wide open. Quarterback spot? I don't think there's any question. Look at this. You know you're good when you.
I don't know the next time you'll see Grambling beat. What's this?
That's Nichols.
Won't ever see that again.
That's the team that damn near put 100 on Southern.
Won't ever see that again.
Hold the ball in the air starting at the 8-yard line.
Half minutes remaining to give the Tigers the victory. Here they are, first down, looking downfield. Anderson makes the catch.
Long enough.
And here's Hymes going long and often. Looking for his receiver. Oh, what a makes a catch.
Wow.
Still on his feet. Touchdown.
Levi Washington.
So here we are. Oh! Great job getting away from one defender. But Hymes is running out of room, and he's still on his feet. Hymes, he's got another defender to beat if he gets a good block. Long now for the Tigers. And here's Hymes. Got time. Going deep. Looking for a receiver. Oh, Anderson still has him. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Will he get caught at the 15? 10. Touchdown. Good protection. Got some.
Can I just say that was some horrible safety play? Can I just say that was this? Yeah, man. Listen, this must have been bad.
We ain't here for the defenses. For
that was
okay?
That was a horrible play by the safety. The ball was just lollygagging in the air. This must have been them bad FAMU teams. Jesus Christ.
Oh, 36. Over the middle. You talked about the middle of the field. And I talked about
Oh, come on. That's some bad football by FAMU right here, right now. These dudes is trash.
He didn't make it 6 for 7. Daly again. But Hymes got it all and found his receiver.
Hymes, the quarterback, retreats the pass. And now we'll run it. Sees a big lane. Broke one tackle at the line of scrimmage and walks into the end zone for the touchdown. Hymes looks to the end zone, and this time he does not underthrow. Washington with a touchdown. Hymes with a short drop, and then manages to elude one man. Cuts to the outside. First down. Nice run by Hymes. First down pass. Chased. Got away from the rush. Now buys a little time and complete to Washington. Scottay Anderson. Here's Hymes. Pumps once. Has plenty of time. Lays it up down the sideline for Anderson. And this one takes away. Hymes is going to run it again. Get to the sideline. Can't go. Oh, my goodness. Well, just got it off. Toss it to the end zone.
Listen, man. Can I just say something? I feel like I've been cheated in the last 3 Bayou Classics. I feel like I've been cheated because them games I'm watching clips and I'm excited. There's not a clip from a Bayou Classic in the last 3 years. Maybe what's the one that the kicker made? That was all right. That was all right. That's all right. Who is this number 1 though, Perry? The receiver? Who is this cat? That cat nasty.
Scotty Anderson.
That cat cold.
He was that dude, bro.
That man was nice. Where are these guys at? Can we? Listen. I don't know the last time I've seen a quarterback in the SWAC do half of what Randy Hymes just did. Like literally, just half. I mean, listen. Can I get some of this with a spin? I ain't seen none of that. Feel cheated. I feel cheated. That's all I'm saying. I just feel cheated right now.
Run it. Big hole for Randy Hymes. Breaks some tackles across midfield. Down to the 30. Hymes, touchdown. Hymes has some time. Lobs it downfield. Complete. Hymes again the pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. More pressure. Hymes excellent at getting away. Fires it downfield. Complete. Ellis Spears, touchdown Grambling. It's going. Oh, nice play.
This nigga just rolled to his left and threw that ball 50 yards.
Run it back a little bit.
He threw it, bro. He's a right-handed quarter. Dog, there's not many people today that can make this throw.
Hymes excellent.
Roll it back a little bit more, Scotty. Just a little bit more. Let it get
to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
He's at the 25.
More pressure.
Hymes throws it from the 25.
Excellent getting away. Fires it downfield.
Dog to the freaking 15. Rolling to his left. Yo, that's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. On a rope. Stop playing, man. Dog, these dudes are, dog, come on, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wait. Ellis Spears, touchdown Grambling. It's going. Oh, nice play fake. Hymes going on for Washington. He's got it. Oh,
that's like bombs over Baghdad, bro. This is like bombs over Baghdad. I mean, but think about this, Pete. We're in a day and age. I just need people. Oh, I'm sorry, Pete. Yeah, give me about 10 minutes, Pete. Let me get 10 minutes.
Well, let's get through the video first. We almost done. Let's just go ahead and get through. Let's get through.
All right.
From Levi Washington. But here's the touchdown.
And a team's greatest strength will normally be their greatest weakness. That time you saw all the defensive linemen coming in. They could smell sacks. We're going after the quarterback. What they didn't realize, you're just getting sucked in for the screen pass. And Hayes does a good job delivering the ball, a very catchable ball where you can catch the ball and run up the field. We talked about this guy who thought he was a quarterback. Hey, when you start catching touchdown passes, buddy, you're a wide receiver.
That's the legend of Randy Hymes.
Dog,
was he cold?
Dog, I just need people to bear with me for I really want people to understand what I'm about to say, because it's gonna, in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna get my frustration. I just witnessed last year a team beat another team in the SWAC, and the quarterback maybe threw the ball 5 times. I remember Southern running halfback zone read the whole damn game and beat Alcorn. I've seen Alcorn quarterback barely throw over 10 yards. I've seen Alabama State run the ball 30 times. You're talking about in 2001. You got quarterbacks scrambling, throwing 70-yard bombs. You got Bruce Eugene showing up to the stat box and saying, put me down for 300. We in 2024, and you're telling me you can't find nobody to throw the damn ball to? Nor can you find anybody to throw the damn ball? I'm flabbergasted. Like, for real. Because I would expect in 2001 to see a lot of, I just would expect to see that. This Bama rolling to his left, P, through that whole 60 yards, rolling to his left. That's out of this world.
I was at the game, so I saw it.
Oh my God, that's out of this world.
That's why I told you this dude was a legend growing up, bro. Before the Bruce Eugene, and for me, in my time frame, Randy Hymes was that dude. And then the fact you saw how cold he was at wide receiver. You just throw him out there.
I think he was colder at quarterback.
Shit, he scored touchdowns. Is what it was all that mattered.
Dog, that's dog, like that roll to the left in the air.
He let that be ride.
I see why Bama's was getting drafted. I see why Bama's was getting. You don't see guys doing that. You just don't see guys doing that in this day and age. Like at first, I was like, yeah, I don't know why these Bama's getting drafted. I see why niggas getting drafted. Like that's crazy.
And he was whooping up on the white schools.
Man,
the brother was cold. Was that a good highlight?
That was a damn good highlight. I don't need to see nothing else. He got my vote. I don't know what. That's a hard highlight tape to compare to. That's all I'm gonna say. That is a hard.
And think about the receivers. You like my guy from Southern?
Hey,
you like my guy from
Michael Hayes?
Michael Hayes, Scotty Anderson. Think about those receivers. Big time guys, weren't they?
Hey, I'm a Michael Hayes. That Michael Hayes was different, man. And Scotty Anderson he ain't no slouch. He taking the ball out of DB hand and not losing stride. Hey, let me get that. Okay, thank you, appreciate you. You just stay right there. Touchdown. Like what? And then you got the commentator that makes everything. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Can he be caught? Like it's like the whole package was just like it was just too good.
That's how it was exciting to watch in those days. Can you see the excitement? It's different than when you sit down and you watch the games today, right? That right there, what made you tune in? That right there made you, hey, we're going to the Bayou Classic next year. Or we going to the homecoming. We going.
I feel like I've been cheated, bro. I feel like I've been cheated for the last 3 years. It's been ass. The Bayou Classic has been ass the last 3 years, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's been just straight trash. And I'm just like, damn, because what they would say is, this is what I've heard from SWAC alums, right? SWAC aficionados, that they had the players and they didn't have the coaching back then. But shit, I don't even need the coaching. I don't want the coaching. Don't give me no coaching. Just give me the athletes, and we'll figure it out. Just give me the athletes. That's crazy, man. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm glad you're excited.
No, just give me 12 personnel and throw the hole. I don't care. Just throw it. Just throw it to somebody.
It's like the guys we get today can't. Like these ain't really quarterbacks.
No, they're not really quarterbacks.
I don't know what these. I mean, Randy Hymes went to the league as a receiver, and you saw you mesmerized at the fact he rolled out to his left and chunked it 60 yards on the money.
On the money. On the money.
On the biggest stage for a national television audience to see. We can't even get these dudes to throw a damn out route. Barely can complete a inside slant.
You ain't lying, Jamie.
Just dodge. Like, what the hell was that?
Listen, and listen, I couldn't be no SWAC historian. Ooh, I would be so pissed at the talent that has just dropped off the cliff. Because I get why old people call in like, man, you should have seen, because you should have seen them. It's really different out there.
Yeah.
You've seen different. It's like seeing a girl with like a natural butt and then a girl like you like, no, you should, I mean, man.
It's like today's game is a nickel and dime game. It ain't exciting. It's just, okay, defense 3 and out, defense 3 and out, defense. Them games was exciting, high octane, big plays, and that's what we want to see.
That's what you want to see.
That's literally what generates people to watch SEC football. It is the explosive plays. Nobody wants to sit back and watch nickel and diamond to go 3 and out and see both teams playing trash ball.
Yeah, and I get it. Then you sprinkle the band on top of that. Oh man, what? We out here cranking too. You know what I'm saying?
You heard Grambling band on that.
Hey, yeah. Thank you. I have been cheated. I want my money back. I want my time back, and I want my money back because
I'm glad Dion did at least bring you over, so you at least you here now. So now that you're here, we can just show you why we love this shit. This new age. This is a new world of this stuff. Even from the commentators to the athletes and the game itself. But this is what we grew up in. Well, at least for me, I've been going to SWAC games since shit my whole life. I was a little kid in the windsuit with the little hat to the side and the pom-pom, eating popcorn and hot dogs. Hey. And see the band, I go home trying to do a damn back bend. Everybody think they're the drum major. And then you see these guys show. This was the excitement, Scott. That's growing up in that era. That's why I say now that you get to see it through videos and see what it was back then, it's hard to explain it because when you see what you see today, it's like, man, hell no.
This ain't it.
And it's hard to understand it. Then to watch the game and then to see the extra flavor from the commentary.
It's literally, you know what I feel like, P, when you're talking, this is what comes over me. It's like you getting married and your wife tries to make like your mama's dish and it don't taste the same. It just don't.
Well, it's like when you get married, you remember things was good 10 years ago. Hey, we used to go out all the time. Hey, we get it in every night. You know what I'm saying? We used to do, we just love bugs. Now you want your space.
Yeah.
You ain't getting it in as much, maybe once a month now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't go on dates no more. It's like this ain't what it used to be. And then the people who probably met you today would not believe that
this is who y'all are now from where y'all started.
And you hear the stories like, bro, hey, they used to have that connection. It's like looking at them now, like they don't even like having conversations with each other no more.
Yeah.
All she doing is fussing at his ass.
I would, yeah. If I would have grown up in the HBCU, and I see why Zoe talks about that late 90s and early 2000s, like that era, it's kind of like WWE, right? Like a lot of people get still hooked on wrestling is from that NWO, WWE, Rock, Stone Cold, and it's hard to see what wrestling is going to now because it's not the same, right?
It ain't even. I was believing that shit back then. I was so caught into it. I was psyched out. I was believing that shit. Now you watch it, it's nothing to believe. It literally looks like pure entertainment.
Yeah. You know,
there's no way you can follow those storylines and be like, man, this shit. I realized, but what was that girl? She was with Mark Henry, Mason. That old woman, she was supposed to have had a baby, and she was like 90 years old. You remember what I'm talking about? Can you remember that? She was with Mark Henry, Big Mark Henry. I forgot her name. But she was like 90 years old, was supposed to have a baby. And they did the birth on television.
Mae Young. They said Mae Young.
Mae Young. See, I still remember. I thought she was really giving birth. I thought the Undertaker died and had risen again like Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, that was some exciting stuff, man. I would hate to come behind that highlight tape right there, boy. I swear to God.
Wrestling back then was like Christmas. You thought Santa Claus was real. You couldn't tell me The Rock and Triple H, boy. Listen, don't get me started, man. I was a big wrestling fan. Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
To be in front of a television.
All right, next up. Donald Carrie. Hey, Donald, you better bring the heat, boy. Right. Randy said a high bar. He said a high bar. I just go ahead, P. It's your dude.
Well, Donald Carrie, one of those guys where I'm not gonna lie, he kind of got past me a little bit in that era because there was plenty of other names of guys. He came in a tough era, but nonetheless played at Alcorn State, as you can see right here, passed for over 10,000 yards. Come on now, over 10,000 yards. He was a two-time All SWAC and just SWAC Newcomer of the Year, and one of the all-time leading passers in the conference. But in the era of the guys like you just saw, it was easy to kind of get missed here and there. So if you missed this guy, Donald Carey, playing at Alcorn, I know a lot of people talk about Steve McNair, and as well as Fred McNair. But I want you guys to see Donald Carey and how he got down for Alcorn. And the Alcorn people know what I'm talking about.
All righty, let's get it going. Let me get his tape pulled up. Yeah,
He's one of those greats that kind of slipped through the cracks. But as you can see, top 10 all-time passing in the SWAC.
That's not.
Hey,
that's
what
not,
that quarterback play was.
Hey, that ain't no slight. That ain't no slouch. That ain't no slouch. I gotta give him kudos. That ain't no slouch.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White. And what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
Turnaround has been absolutely unbelievable. A lot of the credit has to go to their first-year quarterback, Donald Carey, who comes in the third-rated passer in the SWAC.
And Donald Carey is hitting his fire right at the right time in the season. He has back-to-back 300-yard games. He's number 3 in efficiency, George, which means today he's going to have to.
Hey, you notice on the VHS when you start seeing that fuzz at the bottom?
I'm telling you, boy, it's tough going through some of this shit and like, hey, what work, what don't work, you know. And that's your boy George Johnson sitting down in the beginning to the left.
Yeah. I peeped that by his voice.
You're a George Johnson fan now, aren't you?
Oh yeah. He can come back any day. Oh, he can come back anytime.
Keep the ball out of the hands of that Jackson State offense by making first downs and good decisions at the line.
He was one of the first guys to say, we don't have to change things up if we want to change our attitude. Here they're looking downfield for Peters, and Peters goes up and makes the catch. In motion. Touchdown. Donald Carey, the third leading passer in the SWAC. This time, quick little pass to Peters. Peters, 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles. Touchdown, Alcorn State.
Back to the locker room and get it straight for the second half.
Here's your last play of the half. Carey, a loose pressure, thrown to the end zone, and a good throw. Ball up, touchdown! And they're going to the air right away. Looking downfield, touchdown, Alcorn State!
From their own 48-yard line, there's a little pitch back. Has a man down there. Can he get it? Yes! Oh. Corbin Johnson at the 2-yard line. Caught. Stiller at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Alcorn.
Good look at Donald Carey. A man out of New Orleans. Back to throw. In the pocket. Going complete to the tight end. Well, they worked on this yesterday. So their linebackers have excellent size for Jackson State.
In a blitz.
Carey back to throw. Still plenty of time to throw. He's airing it out. They try to throw it to the far side, and they get it off the 5-yard line.
Blitzing.
They throw it. They dump it inside. Touchdown. And they run out of the wishbone. And Carey won't make it again unless the second effort got it.
Second
and he
effort
did. Second effort by Carey got him the TD. Third down and 4. Thank you, Barry, for Alcorn. There's the fake handoff to Lister. It's Carey throwing. He's got a man open. They got it. And away it goes down to the 5-yard line. Still battling for the goal line. And it goes to about the big advantage for Alcorn as again they push this one to a touchdown and putting the pressure on. Third down though. Here's the pass over the middle and got a man complete. Touchdown as Johnson turned away from the coverage that time and spun into the end zone.
Thoroughly impressed with Donald Carey.
By the way, that was the first catch of the afternoon by Spiller. He had dropped the last one. That was for 19.
Ooh!
End zone touchdown.
Douglas, they're putting it up top.
Pressure's on by JSU. And way that he can get out of all kinds of traffic by Carrier. Well, he was slipping and sliding through tacklers like you can't believe for a huge game by the Braves.
Dog. It's just a different.
They were airing that bit out.
Dog. It's like nowadays you blow on a no diddy. Nowadays, if the wind touch a receiver, they fall. Now, back then, oh man, you had to hit them bammers.
You see how exciting it was to watch that when you get those explosive plays and get man, that's exciting. That's what we go to see.
Man,
we don't want 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Dog.
I get it. It's part of the game. It comes with the territory, but That right there that's exciting football. Airing that thing out, get down the, should I say that? Throwing that ball down the field and, you know, whatever. I can't fall into this Paul's culture. This Paul's culture just, Jesus. But the thing about it is, man, it was exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And that was just Alcorn.
Yeah. Alcorn. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. And all I'm gonna say is this: I'm understanding the infatuation. Like at first, I just didn't get it. Right? Like the last few years, like outside of Dion and Willie, I just wasn't getting it. Like I just couldn't get. I'm like, what's the hype about, right? Like
you didn't know what the lore that surrounded the history.
Yeah,
of it.
like while people were so like, oh, my school and oh this and that, but when you go back to them days, 01, 99, 03, I feel like this is for the what's the Hot Boys, Cash Money, like for the 99 to 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a time.
The SWAC is like the girl that was fine in high school, and it's like, damn, what happened to her?
What happened? 6 kids, welfare.
She done filled out, she spread out.
You know what I'm saying? It's sloppy.
Like
Nivea.
You ever heard of, you know who Pinky is? Do you know who
Pinky? You mean Pinky?
You know who that is?
Of course, we don't know who Pinky is.
I just gotta ask. I don't know what your young life was. What you did?
Somebody said the SWAC Pink is the SWAC Pink.
Damn, right on cue. See, tells me we right there together. The SWAC, yeah, what she used to be. When you go back and watch them dynamic number 6.
the number series.
The number 6 Brazilian, number 3. Early DVD days. Huh?
Booty Talk 11.
No, they probably on 10,000 now, but
oh man,
you go back and you like, damn, now you see it today, like, boy.
I wouldn't do nothing with you. Wouldn't
just
do
look
nothing.
See, that's what makes this so great. You don't get this mainstream right here.
Oh,
there's no way they gonna reference them old DVDs. Y'all know we ain't lying.
Dog, them graphic printed on the DVDs, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whoo, hey.
White chicks and black. You know who I'm going with it.
Oh man, Round and Round Volume 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, y'all.
I know what y'all used to watch. Them DVDs was circulating, wasn't they?
They was everything back then.
Everybody had them DVDs. Or you just had the one that just had XXX on it.
Oh yeah. You know, but it was them old ones like you have like 3-on-1. You know what I'm saying? You be like, slide. Oh, those some good old days. Those
I know what y'all was doing before the age of the internet.
Yeah,
the internet got it too easy for you now.
Yeah, now that's on Twitter. It don't got the same. This is everywhere now. But back in the day, man, woo, you had to get it how you live. Had to know somebody who knows somebody.
Oh man, listen. Woo! That's how I feel about the old days of the SWAC, baby. Like, woo!
Oh, it was a time. You had to be there.
So you at the point now, it's like looking back at the SWAC, you missed all them early series.
Oh, that's where it's at.
Yeah, it's like, damn, boy, you see Pinky today, and it was like, boy, you can't tell me that's what she used to be like.
But can't tell me.
Yeah,
because that's all I know. This is the only version I didn't see, and this what you excited about? This?
Like, boy, I used to be. I'm trying to tell you what she was on back, boy. Listen, a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you just like, nah, bro. And until somebody pull out one of the old DVDs and show you,
you won't believe
there's
it.
no way in your mind you can think about it.
Yeah. That's
damn. This is a crazy analogy, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's real though.
It works.
It worked. You know,
it
works. Somebody on Twitter had like the Mount Rushmore of corn on
You can't say the word.
Huh? A porn?
You can't say that.
I didn't know. I didn't know how I know. I mean, I be saying that.
Let's rock with it.
Yeah. So somebody had the Mount Rushmore of female porn actors, black of course, and they had Pinky, Roxy, I think Cherokee, I think was on there. If it was either Jada or
Jada 5, boy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was some ones. I was like, oh man, those are the days.
The fact that them names is like legends, like these, they still resonate.
I think it was either Jasmine was on it and Jada was off, and people were like, why Jada not on it? Or Jada was on and Jasmine was off, and stuff like that. But yeah, it was them ones though. It was definitely them ones. It was funny. I was like, dang, I never thought about that. The Mount Rushmore.
Them white girls, they all look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they all the same. Pink toes. They should be called pink toes and camel toes. You know, like, well, okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Next up.
Yeah. Jeez, boy, we go so crazy, don't we?
Kelcy Luke. All right, what you got, B?
I had a chance to watch Kelcy Luke in person. 2006 SWAC championship versus UAPB in Legion Field. Man, this dude right here, he had his brother. They both transferred. I believe Kelcy came from Auburn, and his brother, who played running back, came from Alabama. So you had the Luke brothers at Alabama A&M, man. In their time at Alabama A&M, anybody from Alabama A&M know about the Luke brothers. But as you can see, he won the SWAC championship in 2006, had over 6,000 passing yards, another 1,000 yards rushing. He's one of those guys before his time really running the ball. And between him and his brother, man, Alabama A&M backfield was tough to stop. And as you can see, over 70-plus touchdowns. He was named first team all SWAC, man. That was this dude right here and the Luke brother. Between him and his brother, they both transferred from SEC schools and came to Alabama A&M. But this dude was a real dynamic football player for Alabama A&M. He's not the most exciting that you're going to see from them, but he's a playmaker, and you will see in his field.
They said, man, you had to put 2 spies on this dude, man.
Man,
it got me excited. Let's see what we got for this one. All right, that Randy Hymes tape was crazy though, but you know, hey, let's see what we got for this one. Kelcy Luke.
Kelcy Luke, what's not to like about this guy? Everybody's all American. 16.
No, don't say it ain't so.
Kelcy Luke, what's not?
No, is that can't be. That can't be. No, not Eddie Rob.
Not to like about.
So not only was he selling real estate, he was ESPNU.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, E-Rob used to call SWAC games back in the day.
This is my first time seeing it.
Really?
Swear to God, I did not know that.
That's why I'm taking you back down memory lane. It's a lot of shit out here, man. Yeah, E-Rob used to call a lot of SWAC games back in the day.
Wow, I did not know that. And then you got your old man. He still look old, even in his younger days. Charlie Neal, boy, still old.
Leave Charlie Neal alone, bro. That's my dude.
Man. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man. All right, here we go.
About this guy, everybody's All-American, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He gets better every year. He's 28-9 as a starter. That says a whole lot. He's never been all SWAC, never been player of the year. I think that will change, and he may can lead Alabama A&M back to the.
You know what? Now that makes so much sense. Like when you done played, graduated, and called SWAC games. Oh yeah, you SWAC through and through. Makes so much more sense now. Makes so much sense. All right, I ain't gonna stop no more.
The SWAC championship game once again.
With Kelcy Luke, the senior and the veteran from Alabama A&M.
Kelcy Luke has been a great surprise for the Alabama A&M coaching staff. They knew they had an established leader, but they did not know he was going to put on the offensive fireworks that he has thus far this season. 10 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Right now, he's my vote for the Black College Offensive Player of the Year.
Yard line, as you look at Kelcy Luke, no preseason polls. as a starter, 28-9. He's from Phoenix City, Alabama. Started his college career at Auburn, transferred after 1 year, and decided to come along with his brother Nick Luke, who was at Alabama, to Alabama A&M.
On the option to the left side, the quarterback takes it in. He keeps it. That is Kelcy Luke with a 2-point conversion.
It is third down.
Pass inside, touchdown! Touchdown to Kevin Francis. He beat Travis Rayford 4-6, 17 yards.
So maybe Kelcy Luke will keep the ball in his hands once again and try to get this touchdown for A&M.
And he does, keeping it go straight ahead. No signal yet from either of the line judge or the head linesman. Let's see. Yes, touchdown now. Luke takes it in from a yard out.
Got him spread out, and a quick throw. It's caught, and getting into the end zone, and a great fake on a super move. Goal line. Luke, pump fake, throws, and there it is. On the 3 for the Bulldogs. They've been down here before. Luke on the keeper, he will get it.
Hey, listen, I gotta say something. I'm sorry. Tennessee State still ain't. They still ain't filling up their stadium. Even listen, I guess that's just Tennessee State because that stadium is not filled. I can see the empty seats close to the field. I'm just saying.
Hey, go back a little bit. Did you see that move he just put on that guy?
The wide receiver?
No, Kelcy Luke.
Oh no.
It's caught and getting into the end zone, and a great fake on a super move. Goal line. Luke, pump fake, throws, and there it is. On the 3 for the Bulldogs. They've been down here before. Luke on the keeper, he will get in. Kelcy Luke, the 3-yard touchdown, and the Bulldogs turn the turnover into 6.
On the defense, wear you down, and then let Kelcy Luke make a play on the perimeter.
Second down and 8, under 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth. A&M looking for the tying touchdown, and they've got it. Anthony Mitchell, the sophomore from Oxford, Mississippi, hauls in the 18-yard pass from Kelcy Luke.
Facing Alabama A&M rather. Kelcy Luke throws touchdown. Touchdown in the end zone, and it's Stockdale for the second touchdown reception of the year. Here's Kelcy Luke throwing it down the sideline. Has a man wide open. Touchdown. Harris for 6. A year ago, Johnny Baldwin playing with Kansas City Chiefs. And there's a pass to Stockdale. Stockdale with his first catch of the day. And Stockdale is into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Down by 2.
Here's the quarterback into the end zone. Kelcy Luke keeps it and takes it in.
He seems more like the traditional players now that you see coming to the SWAC. You know what I'm saying? Those I kind of throw, I kind of run type of guys, kind of balance, whatever you can get. However, I got to move the ball. Not bad. Not bad.
Wasn't like what you saw Big. He made you yawn, didn't he? Almost put you to sleep. Won a SWAC championship, though. A legend at Alabama A&M. I can't tell you the last time they won one.
A full SWAC championship, not a cut season, not full SWAC championship season.
Yeah. Kelcy Luke.
Kelcy Luke. All right, last one, Pete. Thomas Ricks.
Oh, my man, T.R. Ricks. I actually just saw him at the Super Bowl, man. Listen. T.R. Ricks was a guy that can run it. He can throw it. Strong, physical guy. You know what I'm saying? He got his 1 year to start. He had played, and he was one of those guys that was a part of the program and just waited on his turn. His turn came his senior year. And as you can see, he had over 2,000 yards passing, 24 passing touchdowns. He also could run it over 600 yards rushing with 9 rushing touchdowns. He was a first-team All-SWAC Offensive Player of the Year as well. And so, man, this dude right here was the real deal in the SWAC. He only had his 1 year to show it, but that 1 year was magical for him. Led Southern to a SWAC championship. They lost to Alabama State in the SWAC championship. But Thomas Ricks, man, T.R. Ricks, man, was that dude, and you'll see in the film, man. Big physical guy, wasn't scared to run it, could throw it. He was offense by himself, but he had weapons as well.
Who were some of his weapons?
You'll see on this video.
All right, here we go. Thomas Ricks.
What I need
After the video, I'll be putting up the poll to vote.
for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
TR Ricks is a fifth-year senior who's getting his first chance to drive the train that Bob talked about. And right now, he's driving it quite well because the Southern Jaguars are kicking butt in the SWAC conference. As Bob mentioned, 6-0 overall in the SWAC, and TR Ricks has played so well. Over 2,000 yards passing. In the last 3 games running the football, he's been over 100 yards on the ground. The respect factor that he gets from his teammates is incredible. As a fifth-year senior who's never started, they elected him captain. And the numbers he has put up are represented on your screen. 27 total touchdowns on the offense, a pass percentage of nearly 60%. He could be the SWAC Player of the Year on the offensive side.
And they're going to get a huge dose of the best offensive player in the SWAC, and that being Thomas Ricks. And what Thomas Ricks has found a way to do is just beat defenses either with his arm, with his feet, or with his leadership capabilities, finding a way to win the games late with fourth-quarter comebacks. He showed versatility and athleticism. He's a tremendous athlete that knows how to win, most importantly.
Really is a leader both on and off the field.
I just think it has come to a maturity level. I have a 4-year-old son, and when he was born, I had to grow up fast, and just staying in school and practicing every day, trying to get better every day.
No, there's no way that any kid day and age is gonna come to an interview with a shirt, a tie, a blazer. They're gonna be in a hoodie. They're gonna be in some athletic gear. They are not going to be coming to no interview with no shirt and tie. It ain't happening.
Just so he can have a better future. It's just been my inspiration. So, I just think that's my motor that drives me and, keeps me in the game.
His 4-year-old son, Collier, has not missed a game this season. They throw the football around in Rick's dorm room at Southern, and he says it's great playing football with Collier. 1st and 10. Ricks. He's got Vernon. Vernon makes the catch at the 45.
They can run the entire offense with all those guys in the game.
Ricks to Vernon. 1st down. Holmes in the backfield. Ricks. 1st down. Gage on the tackle, but not until Ricks picks up the 1st down. 2nd and 7. Ricks. Overstreet's got it. Across midfield. Ricks.
Yeah, y'all was dominant back in the day.
Territory. Ricks fakes the pitch. Gets inside the 15.
He's in the type of young men that represent his philosophy in life and in football.
Ricks in a shotgun. He's going to run it out to the 10. And 2nd and 11 after the holding penalty. Sidearm toss. And a nice catch. Ricks on the 1st and 10. Little draw play. Takes it outside. He's got the 1st down.
But Ricks going to take it up the middle. On 2nd and goal and score the touchdown. Rise and it'll get cloudy again. And under the sun, Ricks on 2nd down and goal holds on to it for his 2nd touchdown run. Get open and make plays. So that's good ball distribution. That's also passing. They're going for some more, G. And they do get it. Touchdown Southern. 3rd and 22 to call.
3rd and 22.
Ricks. Pretty ball. 1st down. Back like you said, Jay, after the penalty. The blitz. Ricks got hit. Got rid of it. Touchdown. The 6th annual SWAC championship. Southern trailing by 5.
Oh my God, look at the score.
To Amelie Jackson. Remember, it was 4th and 24, and they gave up the 1st. Over the middle. Wide open receiver again. 1st and 10 for Southern. Up by 7 here in the SWAC championship. Over the middle. Touchdown Overstreet. I called it during the break. I told you they were going to Overstreet there.
That was a time. That was a time. That was a time.
You saw how strong of a runner when he hit you, he was knocking niggas 3 yards down.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me get it. Yep, here you go. Where is she? If I'm being honest, I really just want to get this to Randy and call it a day. I don't even need a.
Gotta let the people.
I really don't even need a number 2 if we're being honest, you know. But hey, you know,
give the people an opportunity to vote.
This we have to.
Randy Hymes was different though, wasn't he?
That man was different. Let me see.
And then listen, Grambling, Bruce Eugene wanted King Grambling. Hey, I got some more tricks up my sleeve if y'all keep tuning in. I got
Randy, Luke, Donald, and who else?
T.R. Ricks, Thomas Ricks.
T.R. Ricks. All right, who was the best? All right, poll is up. Get your votes in. Which quarterback was the best? Get your votes in. Listen. Man. Listen.
I want to watch it again?
I really feel bad for the people who grew up in that era, because all you can do is be like, what happened? Like, that's literally all you can really say is like, damn, what happened?
So you think we just be ranting because we be living in the past about what we saw? Y'all niggas just be ranting because y'all, it's the same shit today. It was the same way back then. Y'all just be ranting. No, we don't.
Yeah, I give you that. Nah, for real. NIL really screwed y'all big time. The transfer portal and NIL, because kids were coming down, but the reason they were coming down is because they didn't want to sit to play, right? You couldn't, if you transferred to another Power 5 school, you had to lose a year.
And the only one who actually transferred was Kelcy Luke. He transferred down from Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we did Tavares Jackson? He transferred down from Arkansas. Casey Terrio transferred down. Where was that? Central Michigan?
No, I think he was at a JUCO. He went JUCO and then he transferred in. He was at a JUCO first.
Okay, I thought he had played at a bigger school at one time, or has supposed to have went.
I don't know. I thought he was at a JUCO.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, they transfer. Like, you take a guy like Randy Hymes in today's time, you tell me I'm not next up to play quarterback, and you go play wide receiver?
Yeah.
I'm getting the hell up out of here.
Facts.
You want me to wait my turn and then go play something else? But I don't think it was necessarily just the transfer portal NIL. That plays a big part. I think what really killed us too was the growth of the group of fives, the Sun Belt Conference, Conference USA, the MAC. Those conferences started investing a little bit more and started being seen a little bit more. That's when our players that we would get that were group of 5 guys started to go to those schools.
Yeah.
You know, those schools like what you see today, the Sun Belt, if you look at Sun Belt football used to be trash. Absolutely trash. Nobody watched the Sun Belt. Now, you can tune in for a damn good game watching some Sun Belt football.
Yeah. That's how the MAC is. The MAC is ass. The MAC is.
But you had like Byron Leftwich come out of the MAC. Ben Roethlisberger came out of the MAC.
Yeah. I would say, like, right now, the MAC is like the white SWAC, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Those Thursday night games
in
front of 200 people, 15 degrees.
That's it.
You live in MAC country. Go catch you a MAC game. You right in the backyard of the MAC.
I'm literally, I could literally ride my bike to Akron. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how close I am to Akron University.
Go check out an old Akron and Kent State game or something. Bowling Green might come to Akron. That Bowling Green in that same come. Get a chance to go see your boy Eddie George.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Listen, now, Akron University, first of all, the city of Akron is, boy, when they say LeBron State, when they say Akron is rough, right? But the university is really nice. The campus is really nice. It's not, I mean, it ain't like, you know, it ain't Alcorn, like long, luscious grass, always manicured perfectly. But do they have
You been to Youngstown?
No, I haven't been to Youngstown.
Yeah, a lot of those places, old factory cities.
Yeah.
They used to have great middle class jobs. Those factories ultimately went overseas, closed down, and populations dwindled where you used to probably have places that had 100,000 people shrink down. So you lose a decline in population, decline in the tax base. Then once you do that, crime goes up, no jobs. the city starts to deteriorate when you look at infrastructure. A lot of those places dealt with that. Pine Bluff is something similar, just like that.
Yeah. So for Akron, it's really nice. For where it's located, is really nice, and the facilities they have. It kind of reminds me of like a white DC, and what I mean by that is like, or I mean a white Howard, right? So it's like Howard is like smack dab in the hood. Smack dab. Like you walk right, you walk left, you walking into some trouble. And University of Akron's kind of like that. I mean, it's like right off of like downtown Akron, but it's kind of like that. But just
LSU is smack dab in the middle of the hood. That's what's funny about that.
Really? When I drove through it, it didn't feel like it.
Shit, you can walk one block over and it's a whole nother world. That's called the bottom. Yeah. It's smack dab in the middle of the hood. The hood just know where the gun line is.
It's the gun line, boss. We ain't got no fences right here. We ain't got no fences right here.
Hey, now at Camp 8.
We got the gun line, boss. All right, let's look at these results.
They done?
Man, shit, this junk is gruesome. Randy Hymes out in. I'll go ahead and end the poll. Randy Hymes comes out on top, 76%. TR Ricks at 13%. And hey, we don't really gotta vote again, do we?
Yeah. We gotta go through the process. This is a process.
Bro.
Because remember that last one?
There's not enough votes to even compare the what?
We just got to go through the process. Everybody get they just due. Remember Casey Terrio in that first one last show, he got unanimous the first time.
Yeah,
and the second
and the other votes for the other candidates, if you split that up, that's what pushed Bruce Eugene over the top. So that made sense. There's not enough votes to push, but I'm okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go through our. Now it's Randy Hymes versus TR Ricks.
Now this one might be unanimous.
We got to be consistent. What they say when you get multiple black folks, they split the votes, man.
Man, it might be a Grambling QB of just ones. All Grambling QBs are ones. Because Devontae Kincaid, whatever group he is, he might be a number one in that group.
I got another one that I'm gonna bring out for y'all too from Grambling that y'all may have forgot. I'm gonna bring him out. It's plenty. Look, listen. Y'all just keep tuning in. We got some quarterbacks to look at.
All right, got the poll is up. Randy Hymes versus TR Ricks. This is gonna be a ass whooping. So, damn, I'm just talking. Man, you talking about Grambling might just have a whole. Grambling might just have a whole pot full of number ones. Like, God damn, that's how they coming.
I can't wait till we get done with the whole series. Then we do our tiers.
Yeah.
And we gonna have the ones, the twos, the threes, and the four. The bottom is the four. But
let me make sure I get the right. Okay, so Luke Kelcy was 4.
Yeah, he at the bottom. He in the basement. Kelcy Luke.
Sorry. Donald was 3.
Carrie.
Yeah.
He made the 3rd tier.
Yeah. And I already know how this is gonna go. TR and then Randy.
God dog. Let the justices, let the judicial, let the people, the democratic process work itself out.
Yeah, it will. It will. It sure enough will. All right. We'll go 9 more minutes for the poll. Who was better, Randy Hymes or TR Hicks? Based off the highlight, based off what you remember. Who was better? Yeah, this has been fun. This has been very educating, very sober experience for me.
And there's plenty more. I'm excited. I am, because it's some guys that I want to introduce you to. So when you see them, you like, I had no clue, like a Randy Hymes.
TR Hicks, TR Ricks. He coming in last.
TR, I just wish he would have had more time. He only had that. He was a 5th year senior. He waited his turn. and he finally got that 1 year. But he is the epitome of I stuck with the program, and when they finally gave my opportunity, he made the absolute best out of it. Everything you saw was out of 1 year of his body of work, and in that 1 year, he was the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, and then took the team to the SWAC Championship and lost to Bama State. So, how many guys pulling that these days?
He said, I would really love if you could get these guys on interviews, man. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Oh, we can get TR. I still talk to Thomas to this day.
I talk to Thomas.
That's his name. His name Thomas Riggs.
I talk to Thomas.
Big, strong dude, man. Even if you see him today, bro. Big old dude. Not like Bruce Eugene now.
Yeah, he was sloppy. Sloppy B.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I know when you go to his house, I know he throw down, boy.
This is getting out of hand. Let's just end this misery because it's getting out of hand. All right. Man, it's 82-17. 82% Randy Hymes, 17% TR. Like I said, it wasn't a contest. I knew where it was going. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta follow this for everybody. We just we're gonna go out of the 4, then the 2, because they shocked me last show. I thought Casey Terrio was gonna beat.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised Bruce Eugene bounced back and jumped over Casey.
Oh, he bounced back.
That did shock me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Didn't do Doug Williams Jr. play quarterback?
Got Doug Williams' ass up out of there because of that. He almost tanked Grambling. Hell yeah, his son played quarterback. And Grambling fans know that was some dark time. He was trying to be like Deion and Shador, and it didn't work at all.
Especially when you got like I don't know like what time he came into that era or whatever.
This was like 2011, 12, I want to say.
But if you seen like the Randy Hymes, all those guys come before him, and then this is what you left with, you're like, oh hell no, what is this?
And Doug forced the issue with Doug Williams. Like he forced him, and that was a tough time. Grambling people, you really heard like we literally tanking things because you trying to play your son. I never forget that era. It was bad time. That was Doug's second stint, because his first stint he coached and then he left.
Yeah.
And then he came back because I think Melvin Spears took over after Doug left. And then some other Rob Broadway, I think, came in during that time too. That ultimately with the A&T. But Doug came back for a second stint, I guess, with his son. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, it was absolutely trash. Doug Williams Jr. does not go down as a legend in this conference. Then he went on to get a job in the NFL as, I think, a quarterback coach. Personnel, he did something in the NFL.
It's all about who you know. It is all about who you know at this point. All right, man. Listen, this was this was enjoyable. I really enjoyed this one. Man, Randy, boy, you was different. Boy, you was different. You was something special, man.
Your favorite out of everybody you can watch so far?
Yeah, easily. If I was voting like out of everybody I've seen, it would be Randy number 1. It'd probably be Randy number 1. Casey number 2, and Bruce Eugene number 3. That'll be my out of just what we've seen in these last 8. But
some better videos that I could get, because what I had for Bruce didn't really tell the story of truly how amazing Bruce Eugene was. It was just what I could find. But Bruce Eugene was different too, though, just flat out. But once again, it was unfortunate. One of those you had to be there to see it. But as you can see, Grambling had some exciting football, didn't he?
Oh,
and think about it, Randy, then Bruce. That's how it went.
Boy, you came as like Aaron Rodgers, like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. You just came in. You know what I'm saying? You like, hey, we still. And I get now. I just didn't understand like why people were so like, oh, we like this and we've been like this and we did this, and it makes sense.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive, and you got that consistently, no drop-offs.
That's
Grambling damn near was in the SWAC championship scene like every year. When Doug Williams took over after Eddie Robb, year 1 was tough, but after that, man, Doug had that thing rolling.
Smooth sailing, man. And again, it goes back to kind of like what Willie Simmons did at FAMU, a former quarterback knows how to evaluate a quarterback. So you kind of get those high-level plays because I understand the position. I played the position at a high level. I know what you need. I know what we can do for you. And I think that just benefits, especially in the SWAC. If it was me, if I was a team, I would TC Taylor, another former quarterback that has had success coaching. You know what I'm saying? Connell Maynor, another Brad McNair. Like if quarterbacking is, you need to find former quarterbacks to become head coaches. That looks like the formula of success for the SWAC. Why? Because you got to be able to evaluate the position. And if you got
about Michael Vick,
that could be a great segue to his success. Him being able, to evaluate the position at a high level to get the talent that you need in the building.
Because it all begins and ends with the quarterback.
It does. It absolutely does. And it ain't enough power triple option in the world to save you.
Wildcat.
Gotta be able to throw that thing.
Let me just ask you this before we get up out of here. Just watching the high octane offenses, how would you compare what you've seen so far in the past? And we talk within 20, 25 years of what you watched of those guys compared to the offense that you see in the SWAC since you've been in the space?
The only thing that's come close to what I've seen is A&M when Connell Maynor and Keel Glass was there, and Willie Simmons era. The Deion era wasn't even like that. Not
Willie Simmons had a hell of a quarterback. Ryan
Stanley. When he was the MEAC. Yeah. I seen those clips.
That dude right there was the truth.
I seen those clips, right? So it's like you Shador, like people can say what they want to say. He's never been a down the field type of guy. That just wasn't his game. It's been his short precision, swing passes, hitches.
They call it dink and dunk.
Yeah, dink and dunk. That's been his style of play. But it will be A&M with a Keel. Those are like 40. I mean, just looking at the SWAC championship score, I mean, it was like 40-35. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a lot of those type of games in the SWAC right now. You just don't. It's a lot of 21, 28, 14-7, 3, 20. It's not a 30-35. You know what I'm saying? Or 38-35. You're not getting a lot of that because I think you'll be entertained if it was 35-30 and then maybe a field goal won you the game, but you're not getting a lot of that. So, you're gonna miss it when you don't have the Connell Maynors. And think about who they brought in, right? Tremaine ran a high octane offense at Valdosta, but Sam Shade ran a run first offense. Terrence Graves ran a run first offense.
Inside zone.
Alcorn runs a run first offense. Alabama State runs a run. You're not there. It's the high octane offenses. The offensive minds in the SWAC aren't like that. They're not built like that. So you're gonna go. You're in this old school late 80s and early 90s football where it's just run.
It just slowed the game down, and it's kind of killed the excitement. 3 and out, punt the ball. What we're watching is a lot of defensive play in this conference now.
You are, and I think you're seeing, again, I know a lot of people like the spread, but again, what happens when you go 12 personnel, 11 personnel is where you dictate to the defense on how they play their safeties. Because if the safety has to come and fit into the box, well, I'm going to play action you and go over your head. That's when I can bomb you over Baghdad, right? Being under center. Most quarterbacks don't even know what being under center looks like nowadays. It's all from a shotgun.
And you saw those quarterbacks shotgun under center. They was whatever.
But however they had to get right. So the style of play is just so tremendously different now than it was back then. And I don't know if it's for the better. I really don't.
KP say the defenses are not good to him, but the offense are just that much worse. What was the last offense that excited besides the kill? Like whose offense just when you said it, you was just excited, like woo.
Willie,
when like how he dialed it up.
I just loved how he dialed it. It wasn't because Musa was slinging it around the yard. It wasn't because the kid before him was doing anything special. It was really because of because of how he dialed it up and how he called it really well. After that, it would have to be Connell Maynor in the next year, not the spring season, the next year, right after the spring season, was amazing.
All Connell needed was defense. If he could have ever got defense, I mean, they were shootouts that he had. If he ever could have got a defense, A&M could have won a couple championships.
Absolutely. And
they just never had defense. They couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Couldn't. And those were if you just think about the wide receiver, he had Abdul, he had Juice, he had OJ, he had D. Anderson. You're talking about like he had 2,000-yard receivers the season before. Before COVID, he had 2,000-yard receivers with Abdul being the freshman of the year and OJ as well. It was crazy, man. Maynard had some crazy talents. This TC offense wasn't a high octane offense though. Like somebody said,
Irv Mulligan.
It was Irv Mulligan, and nobody could tackle him. Like Jacoby Morgan doesn't scare anybody. He just doesn't, and that's just facts. Like Jacoby Morgan would never go down as one of these all world quarterbacks that just ran and slang the ball everywhere. No, it's not. That's not him. Not Musa. Not in the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years that I've been, the only quarterback that could go down is Akil and maybe Shador. And the only reason Shador is because he won at such a high clip, but it wasn't because the way he just threw the ball around the yard. He made some dope plays, but
and you had a lot of excitement for some quarterbacks in this league that was going places. What was your boy that went from Jackson to A&M?
Jackson to A&M.
Yeah, the quarterback. He was at Jackson
and
he left.
Quincy Casey.
You had high hopes for him. You had high hopes for the kid that went from Alabama State to Grambling.
Miles. Dog. And the thing about it is the guys could play, right? Quincy can play, Miles can play,
and we can't forget about Bama State.
Andrew
Body.
Andrew, right? So it's like these guys can play, but then you got to look at it, and it's like you're putting handcuffs on the quarterbacks because Miles Crawley gets with Hugh and he has a great season. That's what leads him to the preseason player of the year. So he's supposed to get a breakout season in the next year. Hugh Jackson gone. You get Andrew. He's coming over from, and should have never went there in the first place, but whatever. I mean, it worked out for his benefit for his surgery, but offensively it didn't, right? So he goes over, and then you get put handcuffs on with that OC because he wants to run the ball and wants to play the white boy. And then you get Quincy Casey, and when he gets over to the Maynard side, the shit's toxic. Like everybody's treating Akil Glass. Everybody is still living off the Akil Glass aura. So everybody wants the next person to be Akil Glass when, if I'm being honest, Quincy's arm is better than Akil Glass. It was. Now, people are going to say whatever they want about Akil, but Akil was in that system for 5 years. Nobody takes that into account. Akil was in the system for 5 years. And I want to be even more honest. Connell Maynard did not recruit Akil Glass.
I think it was James Spady, wasn't it?
It was Spady who brought him over.
Running that pistol offense.
And then they turned him into what he was, right? So again, it was DT and Maynard living off the Akil or and not getting their shit on. And then it just.
What about the kid from UAPB last year?
Oh, he was just cold. Hey, that kid was just cold. Him and
put him in that category.
Yeah. If UAPB would have had more talent around him with Giovanni, that could have been something nasty. That could have been something really nasty.
Lamar now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's at Lamar.
Yeah,
he's at Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think a lot of what you saw back in the day was coaches coaching towards players and not coaching towards a system, right? Like I got a guy
way or the highway.
He's just better. My guy's just better than your guys. And I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna handcuff my guy. He's just better than yours.
Because in the past 5 years, how many quarterbacks have Alabama State had? So many. Because when you first came into space, they had what was that?
Ryan Nettles.
I thought he was gonna be something.
I thought he was too. I definitely did. And then he lost the starting job. He went down to Tuskegee. He struggled at Tuskegee because he was a freshman that the first year he played. Well, I saw him, Ryan Nettles. They had Ryan Nettles. Then after Ryan Nettles, they brought in the kid from Auburn who was trash. Then after
that was
him,
the kid that North Shore.
Yeah.
He was cold in high school.
Yeah. So you had that. And then you got who they should have kept to me was the kid after Damon Stewart. That's who they should have kept. They should have kept Damon. They let him walk.
Was it Miles?
Huh? No. He went to Southeast Louisiana.
No, I said after Stewart. Did Miles Crawley didn't show up?
Oh, I'm sorry. So Ryan, then it was a battle between Miles and Demetrius Davis. Demetrius Davis won the battle, and then Miles dipped because they said they was gonna give it to Demetrius. So that's when he went. And so then you had Demetrius Davis, and then Damon Stewart and Demetrius, and Damon Stewart won that battle. And now we're here with Andrew and whatever other quarterbacks they got.
You wasn't a fan of the quarterback in FAMU last year?
I like Richardson. I think he would have been better with Willie. He would have threw for probably like 3,000, 4,000 yards if he had Willie.
I'll make you laugh. What about Trayvon Conley at Prairie View?
I don't think it was. I don't think Trayvon. I think people gave Trayvon a bad look. He had really good form. He had a really good. I think clearly you can see it's Dooley, right? Like a lot of the play calling, I do believe is on Dooley in certain situations. I thought Conley was better because you can see. I think the only quarterback that has somewhat even been halfway decent is the young kid they had last year. But after Trayvon, it wasn't really good.
And I can't name you a Bethune-Cookman quarterback.
Nah, can't either. And then, Alcorn with Felix Harper. And, then after Felix, I mean, shit, they just went down from there.
Yeah. Who was the kid, Macon, that was supposed to be the truth that came? Didn't he come from Missouri?
I sure did. And I did a whole recruiting profile on him and told them, I was like, that ain't a quarterback.
Tyler Macon was his name? Is that
Tyler
it?
Macon. But he a damn good receiver, though. He a damn good receiver.
And then they had the other kid. What was the other kid name?
Lawrence. I like the freshman kid, Lawrence. I liked him. He played in the game at against Jackson. I liked him.
Somebody said something about Jason Brown. Did you get into it with that dude on Twitter or something?
I did. He a good dude though. Me and we talked about it in the DMs. He a good dude though. He a real good dude. So I ain't tripping.
Valley, I can't name you a quarterback.
They had the short dude who came from Portland State, or he went to Portland. He came from Portland
I
State.
remember that dude.
Yeah. I can't remember his name though, but yeah. Aaron Allen was good. Aaron Allen was good.
Was that at Alcorn?
Yeah, Aaron Allen. When they let go of the when they should have kept that OC.
What about McCray?
Who?
Right. That was Dooley quarterback when we was at Southern. Nigga hit me with the who. Hey, the kid that took over after Andrew left at Texas Southern.
I like that kid. I like that kid.
He was like newcomer of the year or something.
Oh, you talking about him? No, not him. You're talking about the short dude, Jace. Jace
Wilson?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not.
Well, who you talking about?
I'm talking about the kid that beat Prairie View.
He got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Hurt.
Nah, he's supposed to be coming back, but I did like him. CJ, I think his name is.
Yeah.
It's past my nap time, man. I gotta get up out here. My son got a doctor appointment at like 2:30. All right. Listen, guys, man. We are Perry, man. This is such a great series, man. Keep them coming, P. Keep them coming, man.
Wanna do this again next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday, we in here. Make sure y'all come back next Tuesday. We in here dropping another SWAC Rumble. We in here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure y'all tuned in.
Grambling running away with this thing so far.
Hey, yeah, they got some number ones. They got some number ones, boy. I see why they a prideful bunch. They got a lot of number ones. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Perry, let them know where they can catch you at.
Man, you can find me at the Jaguar Journal. You can follow Jaguar Journal on all social media. We on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. I do the show on 107.3 Live every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And if you want to go check it out, you go to the Jaguar Journal on YouTube. Got the show itself and then different clips of throughout the show. And then, of course, you can follow me on the Yard Network. I got that going. Blue and I actually been covering SEC baseball this year on Monday morning. So SEC baseball is exciting. Everybody damn near in the top 25. So shout out to my man Zach, as he and I've been doing that, and I've been going to these SEC baseball games. So it's a new area. And I said, hell, LSU give me all this damn access. Why not take advantage of it? So last week I went to the LSU Tennessee series, which was 6 versus 7, a top 10 matchup. So that's what Blue and I have been doing. So you can keep up with On the Yard Network. And then if you want to go watch any of these highlights on your own or share them, you can go on the Yard Network and you can find all these highlights there. And you find me right here with my man Scotty.
All right, man. Listen, appreciate you guys as always, man. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. Randy. Good old Randy. I like it. I like it.